Alright, guys. So, what's up, guys? I forgot to say. So, I have to wish you guys a very late Christmas greeting. I totally forgot about a Christmas video. But today I'm going to be reviewing all my Christmas vinyls that I got. Most of these are Pink Floyd with only one Beatles album. So, yeah, let's get started. Please, if you will, can you please drop a like and subscribe to this channel because it really does help out. So, thank you very much. And finally, let's get on with the video. Starting us off is Metal by Pink Floyd. This was the second to last album before Dark Side of the Moon. This was in that like weird transition era, which was very weird. It had them doing a lot of experimentation. So here's the cover. Now a lot of people ask, what is the cover? Well, the cover is an ear underwater. I know, it's confusing. It's very confusing. At first I thought it was a nose, because if you flip it upside down it looks like a nose, or maybe a worm or something like that, but no, it's an ear underwater. Yeah, it's not one of the most pleasing cover designs. It has a gatefold, which shows the entire band. I like this picture. I really want that picture as a poster. But yeah. So here's the front, and here's the back. Now this has a track listing that I'm sure all Pink Floyd fans know. One of These Days, A Pillow of Winds, Fearless, Saint-Tropez, Pessimist, and Echoes. Now you might be wondering, it's only 6 songs. Why is that? Well, it's mainly because of Echoes. Echoes is the last song in this album, and it's one of the longest Pink Floyd songs to ever have released. It's about 23 minutes, and it's a masterpiece. This album, I have to say something. It's a great album. I really love the opener, One of These Days. It feels jazzy and it has that jam. I like A Pillow of the Winds. It's like slow and it's very chill. You can like chill out to that song. Seamus, it's a peculiar song. It's also weird because it has like a dog, like an actual dog, and it's really weird because it has a dog barking. It's possibly reflective of Uma Guma, which I also have in this collection. Also, and I'd say Saint-Tropez is another one of those good songs, but none of the songs beat Echoes. Echoes is like a turning point for Pink Floyd. They were messing around in the studio. They were doing weird sounds, but no, Echoes was the point in which they were finally turning into an actual good band. So that's Metal for you. Oh, and wait. Here's the extended cover image. Let's move on to my next gift. Next up we have Queen, A Night at the Opera. Of course, it's one of Queen's most classic albums. I love the cover design of this album as well. It has a gatefold with the lyrics on it. And there's a picture of the band members. Look at Freddie, Brian, Roger, and John Deacon. Of course, this also has a familiar track listing that all Queen's fans should know. It has Death on Two Legs, dedicated to Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon, I'm in Love with My Car, You're My Best Friend, 39, Sweet Lady, Seaside Randomness, The Prophet Song, Love of My Life, Good Company, Bohemian Rhapsody, and God Save the Queen. This album has a ton of great songs. For an example, you have Love of My Life. You have, of course, everybody's most memorable song. This is the song that almost everybody talks about in Queen, which is I'm in Love with My Car. It's like Roger's main song that everybody always talks about. So, it also has Bohemian Rhapsody. The best Queen song ever for some people, but I don't agree with that. I personally think that that's number 2, and number 1 is Innuendo. I'm going to discuss that in another episode of music. Well, it also has Queen's longest song, The Prophet Song. Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody is not the longest. The Prophet Song clocks in at 8 minutes. It's really interesting. The album comes in like a white sleeve, but then they give you like a little place in which you can put the disc after you like use the white sleeve, which is this. It's really cool. It shows all the band members. And here's the back. It shows like the entire band. I haven't listened to this album fully yet, but out of all the songs that I've heard, I really like Death on Two Legs and Lazing on a Sunday afternoon. Also, I'm in Love with My Car is such a nice song. So, haven't reached side 2 yet, but I have to say side 1 is pretty good. And, yeah. Okay, next up we have Uma Guma. Everybody has to say a bad thing about this album, but I don't have to say a bad thing about this album. I like this album. I don't love it. I'm in the middle. I like it. I don't hate it. I like it. I don't love it as much as I would love metal. But yeah, this album is known as Pink Floyd being experimental, also known as the Bird Sounds album, which will be soon explained. Umaguma was the first actual attempt at an album without Sid Barrett because people are like, more, that's the first attempt of an album without Sid Barrett. But no, More was a soundtrack album. This is an actual album. So, yeah, this is the first attempt of an album without Sid Barrett. And it is chaotic at some points. So, the cover is really nice. It's like an infinite painting with the band members changing. It's, of course, Pink Floyd's first double album. Here's the gatefold. It has the band members. And here's the back. It shows the band. And, of course, it has the track listing of Astronomy, Don't Mind, Careful with That Axe Eugene, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, A Saucer Full of Secrets, which are all performed live, which are live tracks. And I'd say out of all of those, I'd say that my two favorites are Careful with That Axe Eugene and Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Then you have the studio album part, which is Richard Wright's Sisyphus, parts 1 to 4. Roger Waters gets two contributions with Grantchester Meadows, and of course, everybody's favorite Pink Floyd track. I'm saying that with sarcasm, you know. Several species of small furry animals gathered in a cave and grooving with a pig. What? I know, it's a pretty confusing track, and it also has one of the longest Pink Floyd titles ever, but it's an enjoyable track for me. I don't say it's the worst Pink Floyd song ever. I don't say it's the best one. It's an okay song that if you want to listen to, just listen to it. If you want to be read it out also. Then you have David Gilmour's An Arrowway Part 1 to 3 and Nick Mason's The Grand Vizier's Garden Party Part 1 to 3. Overall, a good live album followed by chaotic sounds. Right, here we have The Dark Side of the Moon. Now, I got this album before Christmas. I got it at Target, but I decided to put it as a gift for Christmas. And I have a very unpopular opinion of this album. I don't like it. I know, everybody's leaving this video right now as I say Dark Side of the Moon is not the excellent album that everybody thinks of it. I think of it as a good album. I don't think of it as a great album. I think of it as a good album, like in the middle. Not bad, not so. It's just good. Nothing that much. This album, of course, has a pop culture legend, but I'm not gonna just. It's not just I say Dark Side of the Moon is bad and then everybody doesn't like Dark Side of the Moon. It's just my own personal opinion. This is one of Pink Floyd's most iconic albums and is their first leap into the golden years basically. It comes with a poster and stickers which I'm gonna pull out in a few seconds. And of course, it has this gatefold, which I really like. I like a few tracks of it. I like the first track, which is like a bit of a musique concrète. I also like The Great Gig in the Sky and Money. Also, Time is a good one. And of course, I like a bit Us and Them because I like the vocals. It's very chill. And I'm going to show you guys the poster. The poster is of the Pyramids. I need to stand up for this. Here is the poster of the Pyramids, as I said. It's very nice. It's purple. And then you have the other poster, which is just the band members, and it spells out Pink Floyd. I really like this one. I want to get that one hanged up in my room. As you know, I hung up the Beatles' White Album poster over like my bed because you know the White Album comes with a poster, but I didn't hang up the two pictures, all the pictures that came with it. Because I needed to frame those pictures, and I haven't gotten a frame yet for those. So I'm pulling two stickers out. They're basically a bunch of pyramids, and they spell out Pink Floyd. I'm never taking those out of there and putting them on stuff. I'm just keeping them in here. Overall, I really don't enjoy. I like this album a bit, but I don't like it to like a maximum level where I'm like, this is the best Pink Floyd album ever, and no one can change my opinion on it. This album basically ranks for me as a 5, basically. It's not better than Metal. Nothing for me can beat Metal now except for The Wall and a bunch of other good albums. So yeah, that's my opinion on Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, it's pretty unpopular. Alright, and ending this list of vinyls, we have the Beatles' Rubber Soul. This is known as the Beatles' transition album from, you know, catchy pop songs to songs that are really psychedelic, like that are very weird. This came out before Revolver. Revolver was like their experimental album, and this was like their if Revolver was like if the Beatles albums were like grade levels in terms of psychedelic, this is like grade. This was like kindergarten, and then Revolver jumps up like a few levels up to grade 3, and then of course Magical Mystery Tour storing it at the greatest as the biggest one because of course it's the psychedelic album. But let's get back to Revolver. It has this cover which I really like. It really screams 60s with the font. Here's the back. Has a few images of the band. This image of Lennon ended up on Revolver, as well as this image of Harrison. It has that track listing that I'm sure everybody knows by now. Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood, You Won't See Me, Nowhere Man, Think for Yourself, The Word, Michelle, What Goes On, Girl, I'm Looking Through You, In My Life, Wait, If I Needed Someone, Run for Your Life. I haven't listened to this album fully, like, A Night at the Opera, but it has I'm sorry. But I like the opener, Drive My Car. It's very upbeat and tempo-y. It reminds me of I Saw Her Standing There out of their first album. So yeah, that's Rubber Soul. Alright, thank you very much guys for watching this video of my Christmas vinyl review. I'm gonna come out with another video of me showing my record store buys in a few days from now. So see you guys next time. Bye!